I have the biggest goalpost move, maybe of all time in politics, to tell you about today, and it has to do with our buddy Rudy Giuliani. Donald Trump's, one of Trump, I guess at this point he has 17, 18, 20 lawyers. It's not even clear what the total number is. One of those lawyers is Rudy Giuliani. And Rudy Giuliani is now saying he never said there was no Russian collusion. I have the clip for you, and this is now at historically pathetic and pretty embarrassing levels. So let's think back to the beginning, right? Don't forget that from the beginning, we were told there will be no Russia investigation. When one started, we were told the investigation is going to end quickly. It's not going to uncover any wrongdoing. Once the investigation found that actually people did break the law, we were told, well, no one's going to be convicted. But of course, then people were convicted. And at that point, the new goalpost move was, well, the convictions all are for things that took place before the 2016 election, and they don't have anything to do with Russia or the Trump campaign. But then, of course, that imploded, and I'm skipping over like a dozen other intermediate lies. But most recently, we learned that Donald Trump's campaign chairman, Paul Manafort, was directly giving polling data and other data to Russians at minimum, never mind everything else that we've learned and continue to learn. So that gets us to yesterday. And at this point, we have Rudy Giuliani, Donald Trump's attorney, saying on live television to CNN's Chris Cuomo, he never denied that there was collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia. He just meant Trump wasn't personally colluding. Take a look at this. And if you're watching, pay particular attention to the expression on Chris Cuomo's face as Rudy Giuliani denies having denied something that he actually denied countless times, that there was collusion. Stunned and perplexed doesn't even begin to cover Chris Cuomo's expression. Take a look.
Time they did that. The amount of false reporting about this case is despicable.
Mr. Mayor, false reporting is saying that nobody in the campaign had any contacts with Russia. False reporting is saying that there has been no suggestion of any kind of collusion between the campaign and any Russians. Because now you have Paul Manafort giving poll data that winds up leading to this coincidence.
Well, you just misstated my position. I never said there was no collusion between the campaign or between people in the campaign.
Yes,
I have no idea if I have not. I said the President of the United States. There is not a single bit of evidence the President of the United States committed the only crime you could commit here, conspired with the Russians to hack the DNC.
First of all, crime is not the bar of accountability.
I really hope that, like many of his other employees, Trump's not paying Rudy Giuliani, that he's been ignoring his legal bills, because this is just embarrassing what Rudy Giuliani is doing now. So the new story is, sure, plenty of campaign people colluded with Russia, but Trump personally never colluded with Russia. No one colluded with Russia except for Trump's campaign chairman, the deputy campaign chairman, Trump's longtime personal attorney, Michael Cohen, and a whole bunch of other smaller players. But what we meant all along when we said no collusion was that it's Trump who didn't collude. What TV channels should really be preparing for these interviews is clips of people saying stuff so that when they deny it, they can just go right to it. When Rudy Giuliani says, I never denied that there was collusion, they could go right to a supercut of him denying collusion, of Trump denying that anyone colluded, and get him to react to that. Here's just one example of this, okay? They could have dozens of these ready. Here's just one example.
You're not wrong. But Russia collusion was wrong with Donald Trump.
Russian collusion is a total fake news. Unfortunately, it has become the basis of the investigation.
Right, but now he claims it's not something that he has ever denied. We've reached that stage, okay? There was no collusion, to there was no collusion, but it wouldn't be a crime anyway, to we never said there was no collusion. And when Rudy Giuliani goes on TV and moves the goalposts like this, to me, it signals something big is about to break, Pat, and they're trying to get ahead of it. Because you know what tomorrow is? Tomorrow is Mueller Grand Jury Friday. And so far, every time we've seen Giuliani do something like this, it's in advance of something terrible breaking.
I honestly think, though, that even if the news team had those clips ready, disproving what Rudy Giuliani is saying, showing that, yes, you did deny Trump-Russia collusion, I think he would just respond by saying the truth isn't the truth. He would move the goalposts even further. That's how pathetic this has gotten. Sean Hannity, on the other hand, he takes a different approach. He wraps it all up as a conspiracy, a deep state conspiracy. These are the different approaches that they're taking right now, and it's getting really bad.
You're probably right that even if you presented Giuliani with the clips, he would come up with something, argue the video has been doctored or it was taken out of context or whatever. And this is why politics is so toxic, and our elected officials and the system that we have such low approval ratings, because any normal person at this point would obviously have been indicted for their involvement in a criminal conspiracy to collude with Russia and to cover it up with obstruction of justice, with witness tampering, with the entire thing. But as the president, you have the benefit of Fox News and a right-wing media apparatus defending your every move all the time, period, no matter what you do. You have lawyers like Rudy Giuliani moving the goalposts so far that they're off the field and into the parking lot. It's really simple. We can tell what is right and wrong here. Everything about this is wrong, and any normal person would have been indicted already, but it's absolutely not guaranteed that there will be any consequences for the top people involved, because we have two justice systems in this country, as I've talked about many, many times before.